What's up, guys? So that, like I said, this is going to be a 3-part thing. So thanks for listening to all 3. If you didn't listen to the first one and you are starting the second one, I was saying how this episode is just going to be a little different, and I wanted to do my top 10 things. I found it online and I thought it was a pretty cool deal. So I just did all my top 10 foods, and now I'm going to go on to my top 10 movies. Now, my top 10 movies changes quite often. The first 3 stay the same, and then everything after that kind of changes throughout the year, depending on how I'm feeling and if I've watched that movie 1,000 times within a month. So then that becomes on my list. But my number 1 favorite movie is the Titanic. I don't know how people don't like that movie. I don't know how anyone can say anything bad about that movie. And I kind of get offended whenever I see people making fun of it, or people making fun of the ending, how Jack and Rose didn't switch off of the whatever they were floating on. It kind of bothers me, and I kind of hold myself back from responding to people who say stuff about it, but I don't. I just mind my own business, and I delete you as a friend, and that's that. But Titanic is definitely a favorite, and I love, I really like long movies. I don't know why, and Titanic is definitely pretty lengthy. I remember whenever it came out in the movie theater, and my dad would not let me go see it in the movie theater because he said it was too long. And my dad has zero patience for anything. He doesn't like to wait anywhere. He doesn't like to, I don't even think my dad likes to go to the movies, just because he has no patience to sit through something like that. So yeah, that is definitely number 1 and will always stay number 1 for sure. My second, obviously, if we're friends or if you follow me on any type of social media, Harry Potter, for sure, absolutely, till the day I die. You can never change my mind about anything Harry Potter. If your house is a Slytherin, we cannot associate because I'm Hufflepuff, and obviously I love Gryffindor, and Ravenclaw isn't bad, but Slytherin, we will have issues, which maybe we can overcome them, but I'm not thinking that we're going to. But Harry Potter for sure. And I've watched them over and over again. And right now, I've only really watched 1 through 4. I've seen all of them, obviously, and I've read all of them. But I don't know. I really don't care for anything after the Goblet of Fire. I don't know. It obviously it changes a ton, and it's not magical anymore like the first 3 were. Now, the third one, Prisoner of Azkaban, is my absolute all-time favorite movie. Book-wise, I would probably say The Chamber of Secrets. I really did like that book a lot, and right now I am reading The Goblet of Fire probably for the 5th time, and I don't know if it's just me. I don't think it's just me, but when I tell people that I do this, they make it seem like it's just me. And I have a problem with rewatching movies over and over again. It doesn't matter what movie it is. If I like it, I'm going to see it and I'm going to watch it more than one time. I don't know how people just watch one movie one time and forget about it, because I think about it all the time. So that's why Harry Potter is definitely repetitive, especially when it comes on TV and Nick and I want to watch a movie. Typically we end up not watching a movie because we have such a different taste, and he'd rather not watch Harry Potter and I'd rather not watch mobster movies and robbery movies. I'm not into that too much. No. So Harry Potter is definitely number 2 on there. My third, any Disney movie. I am sickly obsessed with Disney. And I don't really know why. Disney princesses have always been my thing. My favorite Disney princess is not even probably, it is Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And like I was saying earlier, how I watch things like over and over again. Well, so I'm like weird about remakes of movies. I don't really care. I hate when they do that. But I was like, well, since Belle is my like favorite Disney princess, like I have to go see the new one. Oh my God. Blown away. I thought they did an amazing job with the new Beauty and the Beast. And I kid you not, it was still when I lived at home. Every Tuesday I went and saw Beauty and the Beast. I think I saw it probably 15 or 16 times. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, that's how bad it was. And then I never went and bought it because it came out on Netflix like super quick. And so when it was on Netflix, it was like over and over and over and over again. And I literally cannot even tell you why. And like I said, I'm like weird about remakes on movies, so I was surprised that I like liked it that much. And speaking of remakes of movies, I was really disappointed in Aladdin because Aladdin is definitely up there with my favorite Disney princesses. I was so excited for that movie to come out, and then when it came out, I was very disappointed. I did not like the acting. I thought it was so cheesy and so corny. A big disappointment on that one, so no. And also Charlie's Angels. So wow, I totally forgot about that movie up until now, but Charlie's Angels is definitely on my list. Like I said, my list changes, but I was talking about remakes, so like I'm really kind of irritated that they made a new Charlie's Angels, and I probably won't see it because they did, like, why would you go, like, they did so great with the ones that they already had. Like, don't go and do it again. It didn't need to be redone. Whatever. You can argue with me about that, but I just don't think it was necessary. Number 4, I have on here, Columbiana. I love that movie. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but if you haven't, it is so good. I don't really feel like explaining it because it's like, it's not hard, but I just really don't feel like explaining it. But that is definitely a really good movie that I will watch over and over again. They did a good job with that. Number 5 is The Dark Knight. I'm a fan of Batman. More than anything, my dad and my sister, they're really big fans of Superman. I cannot deal with Superman. I feel like those movies are so long for no reason. And like I said, I like long movies, but like Superman, I just feel like there was no point to him. So I've always been like a Batman girl. The Dark Knight, definitely my favorite. So Someone Great is number 6 that I have on my list, and that's on Netflix. I took forever to like get around to watching it. I would just like skim over it whenever I saw it. But oh my God, seriously, I love that movie. And like with that one, like it was over and over again. Every night I would get into bed and watch Netflix. It was that movie. But it was so good. And if you like to cry and you like romantic comedies, please go watch that because it's really good. Next we have some Christmas movies. The Polar Express is my favorite Christmas movie. Everyone says it's boring, but I don't know, like the train part and the hot cocoa part, like that's definitely a good one. My number 1 favorite Christmas movie. After that, I have Elf. That movie is so funny to me, and whenever I was younger, we used to watch that movie a lot, so I think that's why it became one of my favorites. Also, I really like Will Ferrell. Number 9 is Hall Pass. I think that is an amazing movie too as well. And my last one is Me Before You. I don't know and also when Me Before You came out, it was like a Beauty and the Beast thing. I'm pretty sure I went and saw that about 12 times in the movie theater on $5 Tuesday. And I don't know, that one will probably always stay on my list. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it stays the same. But I went to see that movie. I think the first person I went to see, maybe the second person I went to see that movie with was my sister. And that was so my sister's 8 years younger than me. And why, but it made me laugh so hard because I just didn't expect that from her. My younger sister is very I don't know, she's like the toughest one out of all of us. So to see her cry from that movie kind of made me laugh. But like the ending, come on, like if you've seen it, like why did he, or if you even read the book, like I didn't know that there was a book before I went to go see the movie, so I did it backwards, and I hate doing that. I always like to read the book before I see the movie, because obviously the book is a lot better than the movie. But like I'm kind of upset that he never said that he loved her. Like that really made me feel some type of way. After, like, all she did, like, he was so rude to her in the beginning, and then, like, she falls in love with him, and then he can't even tell her, and I know he loved her, like, obviously. Don't even get me started. I'm just gonna stop where I'm at right now. But yeah, so those are my top 10 movies. Like I said, I'll probably do this again, like, in the future. They do change quite often, because while I was reading off this list, I thought of, like, a couple other movies that could have been in place of the other ones. But that is all for that. And I think the last thing I'm going to do right now, I have 2 more things to do. But I think I'm just going to skip the third thing I had. I don't think I'm going to do songs. I definitely want to do the 10 places that I want to travel. And after you listen to this, if you've been to any of these places, I would love it if you could recommend, like, places to go while we're there. Next year I wanted to kind of do more traveling. Nick and I don't travel too often, but I kind of wanted to get some travel experience under my belt. So if you have any recommendations, or what to fly, where to go to eat, blah blah blah, because a lot of the girls I follow on Instagram and stuff like that, like, you guys travel quite frequently, so if you could let me know all the cool places, that'd be great. And I will be back on the next episode with that.